Wake up. I'm about to cut open the bindings on your mouth, on the condition you do not speak my name. Betania huffed as Jason felt the sensation of scissors cutting through the stitches and cried out in pain once it was done. He hoped someone from the outer world could hear. Remember the man who tried to save you 1 month ago? The one I killed because of you? She asked as he nodded. How could he ever forget with the body at his feet? Good. Now then, I'm considering your release on one condition. And what would that be? He asked, licking at his lips. He had refused to eat the rats and heard his stomach groan louder every day because of it. Betania smirked, amber eyes looking over at him to make eye contact before picking up the mat. You must drink this man's blood, she stated, somehow able to stand the dead corpse upright so the man's blue eyes met his own pair of brown eyes. He couldn't look into the dead eyes anymore, so he looked away and closed his eyes tight. I can't, gulped, to only receive a snarl as she tossed the corpse away and into some other area of the sewer. He heard the noise of the body hit the other side of the sewers and fall down into what sounded like waterfall. Of course, every sewer had a certain pipe that would lead to some form of river. If he could only get free from the chain bound to his waist. I need a fresher body. It would have more blood, Jason said, hoping that she would take the bait. She paused for a moment, thinking it over. Fine. I expect you to be silent until I return. I shall be back in an hour, she said with a grin, her fangs gleaming in what little light came through the manhole, and she put on her hat before disappearing to the outer world. Now he had to think of a plan. He would say he will drink the blood, she would unchain him so he could, and then he'll slide down the same pipe the corpse did. She wouldn't suspect a thing. She returned with a fresh corpse of a young girl who couldn't be more than 20, according to the height he saw from the man. Now, there's one more thing. You drink this girl's blood, and then I'll bite into you. Don't worry now. It will be to make you stay alive forever. You can become a vampire, like myself, Betania, putting the girl down on the ground, laying her on the ground. This was new. He didn't expect the part of being immortal. Now it was like he had forgotten his plan of escape as the chain released itself from his waist, dropping him to the ground. Jason crawled towards the girl and sighed as he thought. Stay with the plan of escape to be with his wife and children, or drink this girl's blood and become immortal? If he escaped, he could live and die along with his wife and not see his children die. If he drank this girl's blood, he could live with his wife and children and be able to see his children die. Maybe find other women to fall in love with, and marry, have more children brought into the world, and then to watch those ones die before him. Jason didn't know what to do, so he leaned towards the girl like he was going to bite into her before making a split decision and scrambled down the pipe that would lead to the waterfall. Sure, he was waist deep in filth now, but what mattered is that he had escaped. All he had to do now is follow the stream and then try to find his way back home. He ignored the screams coming from Betania as he was pulled away by the current. Once he had come out the other side, he saw some construction workers. He could get them to help. Hey, can you help me? Jason called out, running towards them, and he knew he smelled rotten, but one of the construction workers took him to a nearby gym where there was a shower. He jumped when he saw a pair of clothes tossed at him once he had dried off. Here's a pair of my clothes. Don't know if they'd fit, but best we can do, the man said, later introducing himself as Sean. The clothes fit right enough so they wouldn't fall off anytime soon. Thanks, Sean, Jason sighed, changing into them and threw out his pair of rotten-smelling clothes. So where are you from? Sean asked as they got into his truck. Jason went to open his mouth, only to shut it again. I can't remember, he wrote, buckling himself in when he felt something jump onto the car. What the? Sean started, only to have a hand smash through the window and drag him out as he tried to wrench himself free. A pair of familiar amber eyes met his before he was dragged towards the sewers again, this time with company. Though he wasn't sure if the construction man was alive or not. I told you to drink her blood, and instead you escape? Betania snarled, glaring at him. No matter, I'll make the same offer to this man, and he will take it up and follow through, she smirked, tossing the two of them down the manhole.